And of course she's going to squeeze through on the inside here, but they're all closing on Laus, who I thought would hold on.
It really has been a busy fifth morning.
Things are moving along quite naturally from the men's 4x400 metres to the women's 4x400 metres semi-finals. There's Poland, silver medalists in the world relays in Nassau, the Bahamas, just over a month ago. Silver medalist 2 years ago in Munich. There's the Netherlands reigning champions at the women's 4x400 metres. No Femke Bol, of course, as part of the Dutch quartet. No Lieke Klaver either, but we do expect to see both of those women included in their team should the Netherlands get through. A few nerves. Lead-off runner for Poland, Kinga Gatka. Portuguese team, Vanessa Azevedo, Lavrashina and Barbosa. Vanessa looking very relaxed. Portugal, well, they had a men's national 4x400 metres record just a few minutes ago. Let's see what they can do. Their national record, 3:29.38. Here's Germany. Schier, Smit, Bullman and Demise. Very quickly onto the Finns. Tursson, Pulkkinen, Wright and Baas. And here we have the Poles. Kinga Gatka, followed by Popovic, Drapala, Baumgart-Witten and Justina Svajtiersich on the anchor leg for the Poles. Czechia, Perkova, Pretzlovkova, Vesela and Malikova. Malikova, the former European under-20 champion. Sweden have Lilja, the reigning under-20 champion. Moa Granit on the second leg. Klaassen and Kimumba. And on the inside, strong Norwegian quartet. Eriksen, Ertsegard, Sittum and Annalisa Juhl. Norwegians finished fifth in the world relays in Nassau. Well, become familiar with this now, the way that they're actually put into these cattle pens. So they're away now. And it's the Dutch, Saalberg. Saalberg leading the way, but it doesn't unwind, of course, for the first leg. He only gets into the second leg before the stagger unwinds. But Saalberg running well at this moment. Eva Saalberg. And the Germans running well at this stage as well. Schier. Just look at see who hands over first. It's looking as though the Germans will exchange first. From Schier to Alicia Smit. Poles now. And the Norwegians coming through very strongly as well. So it's Ertsegard. But it is the Poles with Maria Popovic, Drapala. They're all filed in single file behind the Polish leader.
Well, it's a difficult heat to call, really, because the Netherlands are without Femke Bol and Lieke Klaver, their two fastest athletes. Czechia without Lord's Glory Emanuel and Nada Vondrova, their two fastest athletes. And the Poles, obviously the Olympic champions with Baumgart-Witten taking up the baton now, and Justina Svajtiersich, but hasn't been the best few years for them since then, as we see the Czechs appear to drop the baton, picking it back up. And so, yes, Poland just haven't had the best couple of years. I think that was kind of their high point, their peak at the Olympic Games, and winning European titles as well. Formidable quartet over the years, but not quite at that level just now.
No, perhaps not quite at that level, but they did get second in the World Relays, which was extremely competitive. Second on the European list this year with 3:24.71. As we're now looking at Inga Baumgart-Witten coming through, and they've got Justina Svajtiersitich on the last leg, and the Poles putting together a very, very good run indeed. Baumgart-Witten, the second leg runner when they took the silver medals back in 2022, and it's the very familiar figure of Justina Svajtiersitich now to try and bring the Polands home. The Swedes and the Portuguese getting tangled up. So Germany on the last leg, it's Demes. Demes, very good emerging 400-meter runner. Closing down on the Germans, though, it's Annelies Juhl, but it's still the Poles well in front now. Now Poland rounding the Germans, trying to get up on their shoulder. For the Netherlands, Lisette de Wit. De Wit, stalwart of their relay teams in the past, but she's down in fourth place at the moment. And it's the battle at the front between the Poles and the Germans, and Norway, as we expected, because they're an emerging quartet. Now De Wit coming through strongly. De Wit just gets the reigning champions through to the final as automatic qualifiers, but it's Poland 1 and Germany 2. Norway, after that strong run on that last leg by Annelies Juhl, we'll just have to wait and see whether they get through as non-automatic qualifiers. Poland 3:25.59, Germany 3:25.90, and the Netherlands 3:25.99. Very, very close leg there. 4/10 just covering the first three home, but a national record for Norway, 3:26.05. We'll have to see whether that's good enough to see them through to the final, though. We've got one more semi-final to come.
Yeah, the experience of Svajtiersitich and Baumgart-Witten on those last two legs, getting them home first ahead of that young German quartet, and Netherlands wouldn't have wanted to take too many chances. Of course, they gave Femke Bol too much to do on the last leg in the mixed relay.
Did you see the relief on the Dutch athlete's last leg's face? Because you do not want to be the person that does not qualify the Dutch team when you've got Lieke Klaver and Femke Bol to bring in. Luckily, by 6/100ths of a second, good running by the Dutch side, they're automatically through and don't have to sit in that hot seat, Alex, with the rest of the competition still to come.
Yeah, it's a weird one on the hot seats, because in theory you'd need 8 positions for them to sit in.
You can always designate somebody and say you can be our representative.
Yes, the Norwegians, Amelie Juhl, right at the end there, Carsten Warholm's training partner, falling across the line. This was when the Czechia team dropped the baton. They're remonstrating about it, and there was also a moment when the Swedes and the Portuguese were impeded by, I think it was Baumgart-Witten coming in here at the end of this particular leg that we're seeing now with this changeover there. But Sweden obviously didn't really get themselves in a high enough position, even if they were slightly impeded. There is Juhl falling across the line there dramatically, and her teammates came to her attention as the Finnish athlete there taking evasive action and falling herself. Well, that's quite some slow-mo replay.
Czechia team, though, because they could have well been in contention as we look at confirmation of the results. Poland 3:25.59, leading home Germany and Netherlands. Norway, national record. Finland will have to wait and see whether they get through. And a shout out for Sweden down in 7th, because they got a national record as well, 3:29.84.
Second heat of the women's 4x400 metres with Belgium on the outside, Camilla Laus on the final leg. 12 times top 8 finish for Laus on the international stage in the relay. Over to the Spanish quartet with Aviles, Segura, Santillán and Hervas. Then the home side, Italy, already with a silver medal from the mixed relay with Polinari, who won that with Scotty, Sito and Mongione. The Irish resting Rashida Alaleke, the individual silver medalist behind Natalia Kazmarek of Poland, of course, last night, who incidentally was also rested from the first heat. The Ukrainian team then with the 4-time European medalist Anna Ryšková on the final leg. France, Silla, Doe, Vessier and Brossier. The 400-metre semi-finalist individually on their last leg. The Swiss quartet then, of course, having a decent championships. The Swiss team winning the men's 200 metres, for example, last night. And then Hungary, outside chance, you'd think, of making this final. They've got already with a men's national record, though, from those particular heats a few moments ago. Very relaxed, looks like a picnic for these athletes, sitting on the grass there. Nice hot breeze coming through just slightly.
Alex, big surprise, no British squad in these two 4x400 metre heats.
Yes, opting out as a team in order to focus on the Paris Olympic Games, both collectively and individually. Of course, we have seen the likes of Lavia Nielsen in the 400 final. But yes, very interesting to note.
But Britain ran in the World Relays a few weeks ago.
They did. So, Hungary, Switzerland, France, Ukraine, Ireland, Italy, Spain and Belgium. Again, fairly wide open this, but yes, such is Ireland's depth in women's 400 metre running these days that they can afford to rest Rashida Adeleke and still have a very strong chance of going through. Sophie Becker with that new personal best of 51.13 in Belfast, and she already has 4 times top 8s in the relay at the Olympics or World Championships, and Becker looking strong, but she might have been disappointed, of course, not to be in that mixed relay quartet. Maudsley and Adeleke getting the nod. Belgium going well, though, early on, right on this outside as the stagger continues, Tim.
Yeah, Belgium going really well. Brilliant leg from Naomi van der Broek. I think she'll hand over first. Good leg from the Irish lead-off athlete too, Sophie Becker. She's had a real stormer.
So we'll see when they hug the inside whether Belgium are indeed leading. Phil Healy, again, another who's been a great representative of the Irish team in recent years, who might have been disappointed not to fully share that success, although they are part of the same team, of course, and they win and lose as a squad. Healy has had some injuries, she's had some illness over the last few years, but trying to get back to her best. An athlete who has a background in Gaelic football and camogie, a female version of hurling, so I'm told. But Belgium from Ireland, from Spain, and then Italy back in 4th place. France back in 5th. We saw some incredible women's 4x4 races across European Championships last year. France winning the under-20s and under-23s with amazing comebacks.
Fabulous final 50, 70 metres there from the Italian second leg runner Giancarla Trevisan. She hands them over in 2nd place, although Ireland have slotted back into 2nd place themselves. The Belgians away here, going brilliantly. But of course, watching this with their hearts in their mouths, the Norwegian and Finnish squads 4th and 5th in the first heat, Alex.
Yes, and what's amazing about this Belgian performance is that their fastest 2 runners are on the final 2 legs. Cynthia Berlingo setting the national record of 49.96 at the World Championships in Budapest last year. They're closing her down, though. You've got Cadden of Ireland there. Hervas will take over the baton for Spain. Santidieran just tiring a little bit here as Italy start to come through with Borga. So, final leg here, Camilla Laus. A fantastic 800 runner, as well as over the 1 lap, 2:01.35 and 51.49, those respective PBs. So you'd expect her to have good speed endurance here.
Well, you can't take any chances, Alex. You've got to get in the first 3. 4 teams in this second heat made the final 2 years ago. Spain made the final 2 years ago, in 3rd at the moment, but Ireland breathing down their neck in 4th.
Yeah, Charlene Maudsley now sub 51 seconds for 400 metres, and now she's experienced. I remember they gave her the baton at the European Team Championships as a teenager, did the 4x1 and the 4x4, and of course she's going to squeeze through on the inside here, but they're all closing on Laus, who I thought would hold on. Maudsley on the inside, Brossier coming through as well, trying to fight with Laus. Terrific once again from Charlene Maudsley as a Spanish athlete there. Hervas falling across the line, 3:24.82 on the clock. Irish victorious in that second heat.
And Alex, they're all crashed across the line together. They're 5 teams. That knocks out Norway and Finland. I'm 99 100% sure. Unofficially, they were all pretty close. Norway and Finland will be gone. All those teams, yes, look at those times. Spain, a national record, 3:25.25. That is brilliant from the Spanish. That's over 4 seconds quicker than their squad ran 2 years ago in the final for 8th place in Munich. And Italy go through as well, 3:25.28. Significantly quicker than Norway in 4th place in the first heat. So tough for the Scandics in that second heat.
Well, real mixture, I'm sure, of talent and depth in the Irish squad, as well as the confidence going through it following that mixed relay goal that really would have cemented all the hopes and dreams of the nation. First goal that was since 1998, as we have a look back at the highlights of this particular race, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, just a really fascinating race. The Italians kept coming through really strongly in the last 50 or 70 metres of each leg. The Belgians led throughout, and then the Irish came through. I mean, just a stunning leg on that final leg from Ireland's Charlene Maudsley. Look at this, so smooth, untroubled. The rest of them battling away side by side, and a good dip there on the inside for France to snatch second spot. The season's best for them and for the Belgians with that definite qualifying spot, but Spain and Italy through as well. And the Spanish, that is a national record of some significance to get that 4th spot. Brilliant from them. It's a national record, actually, Alex, by over 2 seconds.
And right on cue here is that full confirmed result, showing you that national record for Spain in 4th place. Still making it through, though, as one of those 2 non-automatic qualifiers, Ireland, France and Belgium in front of that particular quartet.